Cue the cheesy podcast music.
Welcome to Megafest, where we don't just manifest, we Megafest. I'm your host, Megs Malloy. I'm creating a community of silly and soulful working moms who are mostly happy, but know they're capable of more. More self-love, more self-esteem, more self-trust, more calm, joy, natural highs, more magic in the world, and more laughter. Each week, me and my guests will bring you tips and tricks on how to make the most of your one precious life. And we're going to make them effective and efficient because ain't nobody got time for that. I believe in you. I see the light in you. I want you to shine your light. I want you to become all that you're capable of. So let's hang out. Let's Megafest together. Welcome to episode 19? Yeah, 19. There's not quite anything special about 19, but I have a feeling this is going to be an awesome episode. I can say this with such certitude. Certitude that you will really get a lot out of today's episode. It's a little more heady, but sometimes these mindset shifts are really important. So the word of today is certitude, and the topic is courage versus trust. Oh my gosh. Have you ever thought about that? I never thought about it until just this last weekend. There's going to be a bit of a lead-in into how I came to this epic battle of courage versus trust, but you need the context to see where I got to it. And it all started when I went to Matthew Anderson's, check out episode 18, his first workshop just this last weekend. It was awesome. I'm so proud of him. He did such a great job. A lot of knowledge bombs. And then he took us through the 7-minute meditation about what does your future self look like? What does it feel like 10 years down the line? Where are you? What are you doing? How are you feeling? Here's the kicker. What do you need to let go of, or what do you need to feel now in order to get yourself there? Matthew Anderson, once again, just with these hit me in the heart and the soul. All of a sudden, it became very clear. I wasn't picturing myself specifically what I was doing, but just in general, where I want to go. It occurred to me that I need to let go of fear. Oh, wow. Well, easier said than done, right? And I was like, well, if I let go of fear, what do I replace it with? Your mind is going to want something to replace it with. The word I came up with was trust. And then I took it a step further and I said love, and probably getting really good at communicating is going to take me to where I want to go. And I also thought about enthusiasm, but if you just do trust, love, and communication, then it's TLC. And don't we all just love a good acronym? Do you love a good acronym like I do? So I was so magically over the moon with my new discovery. And afterward, I went to dinner with my two sisters, Erin and Caitlin, and we had a lovely sister bonding time. They were interested to know all about how did it go with Matthew Anderson. And I told them about my discovery. And my sister Caitlin said, well, what about courage? And I said, yeah, courage. Okay. Yeah, courage. But try this on. And here is the battle. For me, trust feels like a hug. Courage feels like a shove. Now, do you want a shove or do you want a hug? For me personally, I'm going to work a little bit better with a hug. But maybe you're the shove kind of person. Maybe that's you. Courage feels like hustle, like, yeah. And trust feels like flow. It feels easy. Courage feels like a push. Trust feels like a pull. And really, it could be just courage is kind of more male energy and trust is more female energy. That's another way to look at it. And we need both. We need both. So I did a little bit of researching on the interwebs, and there are a few people who have weighed in on this courage versus trust battle. First, I found a quote by Simon Sinek, who is a very positive mindset guy. Definitely go check him out. He says, courage comes from trust. Whoa, look at that. So one for trust right there. Couple of websites later, I found that Dr. Brene Brown is all about trust and courage. Yeah, the shame researcher, Dr. Brene Brown. She's amazing. Go check her out for sure. If you haven't seen her books, she is all about what we call wholehearted living. Dr. Brene Brown says that one of the pillars of courage is trust. Trust can basically be summed up as a relationship between you and uncertainty. Isn't she so smart? She's so smart. Embracing uncertainty and trust give you a willingness to be vulnerable, which means you might fail, you might be rejected, all the things that come with being vulnerable and fear. But when we trust ourselves, when we have faith in our decisions and our resilience, that allows us to take risks, and taking risks allows us to live and experience life fully, wholeheartedly. Boom. Oh my gosh. Let's just let that sink in for a second. Let's break it down. If you do not know what I'm talking about when I say self-trust, go get yourself Trusting Yourself by MJ Ryan. It's an amazing book. It just breaks it down and gives lots of examples of what it's like to not trust yourself and then what it would be like to trust yourself. And as a woman in her 40s, I had never known what trusting myself was. In fact, I put trust in everyone else. And what a horrible, not horrible, but when you trust yourself, you have less regrets and you can really tap into what do you want? What does your soul want? Not what everybody else wants. Not everyone else's choice for you. When I learned about self-trust and started practicing, oh man, it really is that you can trust your decision-making and your ability to figure it out and your resilience that you can survive anything. That's something that my shrink used to tell me. She'd say, Megan, you can handle anything that comes your way. And I'd be like, Barbara, what? Really? It was like, oh yeah. So I am telling that to you now. You really can survive anything that comes your way. And the time to build your self-trust muscle is now. Start doing it now. Even if you're a woman in your 40s, there's still time to be able to trust yourself. And like Brene Brown was saying, when we trust ourselves, we can take more risks. When we take risks, then all the good shit happens. Like Vanessa Konecki was saying, she's convinced. She has so much certitude. The wonderful magic of life is in trying something new every day or often. So in the battle of courage versus trust, I'm going to call a clear winner of trust. Trust has to come first before you have courage. So put your trust in the universe, put your trust in your faith that everything will work out for the best, that you can handle anything that comes your way, that your decision-making and resilience are eternal and strong, and start to practice trusting yourself. A good place to start is MJ Ryan's book, Trusting Yourself. And I know that by doing this, we will start to experience all the magic and the joy that life has to bring. We can really just increase our tolerance for happiness and joy by trusting ourselves and really just make decisions that are based on what we want instead of what everybody else wants for us. It can best be summed up with having an attitude of certitude. Right? In the name of trust and courage And this year I made a commitment to myself to make more offers. I am making an offer to help you with your nutrition. So whether you've decided to lose weight this year and you just don't know how you're going to do it, or you just want to feel more energy, or you want to make a commitment to yourself to do something for yourself and prioritize yourself, I am here to help. It's something that I've been working on for a long time, been through trials and tribulations of nutrition between being anorexic and yo-yoing and cutting out carbs and doing all the things. I have learned, and now I'm going to teach you. If this sounds like something you want to check out, I'm going to put the website in the show notes and go have a look. Hey, thank you so much for being here today. I really so much prefer conversations as opposed to me doing all the talking. So if any of this resonated with you today, if you think courage comes before trust, let me know. Send me a message on Instagram. I'm at Megs.Malloy, and I would love to hear from you because life is too short to feel shitty. That's why we don't just manifest, we Megafest!